Welcome to the Peddling Princess Podium. I'm your host, John Nardelli, and I have my lovely lady Marie with us here today. I was hoping to have a bit better episode this week. I didn't know for sure what I was going to do. I had a couple ideas, but I wanted to do something with the voiceovers and music and all that I usually do. But this weekend, for the first time in, well, according to the HR department at my work, when I put in for sick time, January of last year, I was sick enough to stay home from work because I was really sick the entire weekend and still recovering come Monday. What happened was, on Friday I did feel a little odd, started to get a little warm, but I thought maybe the building was just too warm. As it turns out, I had a fever because by that night, Marie said that lying next to me was something like lying next to a furnace. So now, unfortunately, I'm one of these people that's really stubborn. Don't like to give in and stay home. So on Saturday, I went out with Marie, as we usually do, to go shopping. And as the staff at the Sydney River Wal-Mart will tell you, this was not a good idea. We got to the shoe department, and I took out an entire display of shoelaces, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically, now when I say took it out, I didn't knock it over.
Yeah.
Strange thing was I just bumped it. And then I got my foot caught on it, and then it kind of sprung, and they went
all over the floor,
everywhere. And after that, I was sitting there with my head in my hands, something like this,
sitting down on the thing where when people sit down to put their shoes, try new shoes on to see if they fit.
Yeah, little metal benches they have there.
Yeah, and like I said, you put your head down, and I was scared, I wasn't sure if you were all right, or.
Well, I was all right, but not the smartest thing to do to come out. Remember, then at that point, the staff, I'm sure, remembers, because 3 of them came over.
Yeah, the lady, she came over, and she wanted to know what, I can't remember now.
Well, she wanted to make sure I was okay, because they could tell I was sick, right? So
she just saw you sitting down on that thing,
Yeah, exactly. And I actually had the fever while uploading last week's episode. Mm-hmm. So I actually went over there, and I even went to church that night. I just didn't want to give up. It wasn't until Sunday that I finally figured out that, no, I'm really not feeling good. So I spent the next 3 days pretty much entirely in bed.
It's the first time I ever saw you that sick,
And on top of all that, I wasn't the only one sick. I mean, Marie didn't have a fever and such, but she's been having problems with her ear.
A lot of problems with my ear in the last, I guess 3 months now. Feels like, like a motor in a truck. I think I told you that. A motor, keeps the car, what do you call it?
The engine of a car?
The engine of a car, yes,
right,
sorry.
Right. That's okay.
And it just keeps on rolling and rolling. The engine won't stop, throbbing pain, constant pain. And it just won't go away. Like, I tried chewing gum, and I tried swallowing it, then, like I said, when I went to the doctor's, and she gave me a nasal spray, I kept on using the nasal spray, and it seems to help, It's not completely better, but it's a lot better than what it was, 100% a lot better. But I have to keep on taking the nasal spray, and echinacea?
Yeah, echinacea. That part was actually my idea, because when she described her symptoms to me, she was getting kind of desperate, because it was getting on her nerves. So she finally said, oh, by the way, this is when I felt better. She wouldn't make me go when I didn't feel well. She said, please go over to the computer and check and see what the heck is going on with my ear. I was kind of reluctant at first, because I know it's a bad idea, usually, to go into the computer and look up medical things, because most people tend to get a little hypochondria when you do that. You think I must have this or I must have that, and I was afraid I'd find out something, scare her and stuff. But so I said, well, she really wanted to know, so I finally said, okay, all right, I'll take a look. So it turns out that I did find something that matched her symptoms point for point. Only problem is it was a childhood ailment. It's called glue ear. Basically, the ear normally drains its fluid or excess fluid back into the sinuses, but in the case of glue ear, the drain gets plugged and the fluid builds up in the ear.
And nobody ever heard of that word before, not even the people in the drugstore. When I told them, I said, I have glue ear. She just looked at me kind of strangely, you know. Like she said, I heard of fluid in the ear, but not glue. I still have to go back and see my doctor. So she said she's going to refer me to an ear specialist, just to make sure, you know.
But anyway, in short, that is why I don't have a fancier episode for us this week. And neither of us were in any condition to do. I was in bed pretty much, except for the stupid period on Saturday, pretty much from Saturday through Tuesday. So, yeah, I was, but I'm feeling much better now. Yeah. She took good care of me, fed me, and made sure I was taken care of, so.
Pamper him a lot.
You didn't get me any Pampers. Well, thank you for watching the Peddling Princess Podium this week. I'm your host, John Ardelli.
Marie Stewart.
A lovely lady here. And we hope to see you all again here next week. Bye for now.
Bye.